Parents, every time you pay a school fine, every time you jump through the hoops for the school's tick box, we as parents are taking away our own power. I have just been to a meeting with the school to be told that because my children they had 2 days off for birthdays, which is classed as 4. Then they were late with their father because of traffic roadworks that were going on, which comes to 7. Was told that if it reaches 10, there will be a fine. That is my first thing that's just nuts. The second, I was told, when your children are ill, we are going to need evidence. Evidence. I'm sorry, you can see that my child is not neglected. You can see that my child is well. You know from the appointments that I put my child's mental health and well-being ahead of this, what the school does, and anybody else. And you want me to send in evidence that they're unwell? Do you know what the evidence they want? The fact that I've called the doctor. So for me, how does that tell the school that my child is actually unwell? What? Because I've made a phone call and I've been online waiting for an hour to talk to a bloody secretary to make an appointment for my child, which I'm not going to be able to get because they've only just had one bout of sickness or their temperature's only just gone up. How does that prove anything? But parents, when you jump through these ridiculous hoops, again, it takes away all of our power as parents. And for me, this system has become so crazy. I don't know if anybody remembers, but probably wasn't even that long ago, maybe 17 years ago, you actually could take your child on holiday for a week or 2 weeks during the school period. And this was great, especially if you're a lower income family and you don't have the money to go during August and, you know, all those times when the prices go up £1,000 or more. But then they started firstly slowly putting in all of these restraints. And now what we have is if your child has 10 sessions, which actually, if they're late after register, is classed as 1. If they have one whole day, it's classed as 2. And when you reach 10, they can give you a fine and start to ask for evidence. But this story reminds me of catching wild boar. So to catch a wild pig, what you must do is you put food down. They will start to go eat there. You put one side up. They'll freak out a little bit, but they'll get all right. You then put more food down. They'll go back. You put another side up. Okay, they'll freak out, and this happens until they're trapped inside, and then the young that are born into there, that's all they've ever known. And the point of this is every time we agree to, okay, we can't take them out during school time anymore, a little bit of an uproar, but fine, okay, we'll agree to it. Oh, my child, if they're late this amount of times and they're off this amount of times, then you can threaten me with a fine. Okay, but I'm not going to have a fine. Oh, then they're going to give you a fine, and then it's a fine per child, per parent. Okay, and all of these controls. But what's happening, parents, is we are slowly losing the autonomy of our family and the control of our children. And these establishments that are looking after our children, are they actually? Have you looked into the statistics of children with mental health? Have you seen the statistics of how many children, teenagers, take their life? Like my local school, a 13-year-old took their life. A month later, the school had the audacity to email parents saying that if your child contacts you during school period, if they're going through a hard time or anything at all, that we ask that you leave it to the school to deal with. What, like you did with that poor child? But the more that we go along with this, the more that we are breaking up our family units. Like parents, we have unconditional love for our children. That unconditional love helps them to thrive, helps them to grow, helps them to be loved, nurtured. We put their mental health and well-being first. The schools do not. All they care about is the control. Because what happens when you have families falling in line and children falling in line? You have workers, you have busy little bees to work in all of these jobs that other people don't want to work in. And if school was so amazing and so great, and I'm talking about state schools, okay? Schools that the government are funding, if they are so amazing and this national curriculum that the children have to follow, then why are most of the people that have gone through those systems poor, in debt? Or they might have a house, but then they've got a massive mortgage, which is still a massive debt. They're more about looking rich rather than actually saving the money and being rich, because the school hasn't taught people how to. If the schools were so great, why are so many people having mental health problems? Schools do not care. It's about the control. It's about pushing out the workers. And parents, we've got to stop giving them so much control. We need to unite as parents. We need something. And I'm sorry, I know this is another rant, but I'm so frustrated. This system, these are our children. A parent will always have their child's best interest at heart, more than any teacher, more than any school. More than anything at all. You will be more attuned to your child than a teacher will be able to of a class of 30 pupils per 1 or 2 teachers, and like a teacher and a teaching assistant. Okay? But we need to unite. We need to say no to these bloody fines. Who are they to fine us? To what? To give our child space? To give our child a holiday? To give our child time off? Why are we getting fined for putting our children's needs first? What the hell is going on? Anyway, please share what have been your issues with school. What has been your problems? Maybe you've even been fined. My friend actually was threatened with jail. Jail. Isn't that crazy? Share what has happened to you. What are your concerns? What has been going on in your part of the world? Because as parents, we need to start getting all of this out. We need to start connecting, because this system, they're all connected. And we need to be connected. We need to stop being so separate. We need to unite. We need to be okay with, actually, these are our kids. This is what is going to happen. Why are we being told the times our kids have to be there a full day? Everything, why are we instructed this? Okay, these are our children. Anyway, enough of the rant. I'm so sorry. I hate being miserable. And every feeling and emotion is a choice. And I know that. But when it comes to children, I think because of having such a powerless childhood, I just remember what it's like not to have a voice. And we as adults, we have that chance to be their choice, their voice. And that the right choices are there for everybody. And of course, one size doesn't fit all. And that's the point. One size doesn't fit all, and it never will. Our children are individual. Our family units are individual. But together, we are connected. We are one. We are raising the next generation of people, which the whole of life depends on. And we need to stop getting it wrong. We need to stop giving the power away and allowing these establishments to control our children, because we need a better world for all of us. All right, sorry for the rant. Ugh. So much love, so much blessings. Bye.